What's up, homies and homiettes? It's your boy Hoom Boom back with another segment of the Hold Up Show. And hold up, is it empty? Is it full? Is what in there, what they said was in there? We're going to be looking at some clips from President Trump and Elon Musk as they discuss the Fort Knox audit. Let's get into it. Hold up.
We're going to go into Fort Knox to make sure the gold is there.
Are they going to?
You know that we're going to go into Fort Knox. Do you know about that?
Sir,
That was a bad bump.
are they going to eliminate more national security positions, civilians there?
We'll see what happens. But one of the things we do want to look, I mean, we hope everything's fine with Fort Knox, but we're going to go to Fort Knox, the fabled Fort Knox, to make sure the gold is there.
Where would the gold have gone?
If the gold isn't there, we're going to be very upset.
Let's get into another clip.
And I'm going to do something. I'm actually going on this one. You know, all my life I've heard about Fort Knox. That's where the gold is kept, right? I heard Fort Knox, oh. But, you know, we're getting a little bit shaky. We're getting the yips on this stuff. Like, I want to find out. So we're going to open up the doors. I'm going to see if we have gold there. We want to find out. Did anybody steal the gold in Fort Knox? It's a pretty amazing place, but I'm going to actually go. We're going to open the doors. We're going to inspect Fort Knox. We want to make sure that we actually have, 400 tons of gold or whatever the hell it is. It's a lot of gold. I don't want to open it and the cupboards are bare. Could happen. And I'm going to do something. I'm actually going on this one.
So now let's get into a clip from Elon discussing the audit.
Going on with tell us about Fort Knox.
Yeah.
It's Kentucky. It's a military base. It's a ton of gold, tons and tons and tons
Like
of gold.
5,000 tons of gold or something?
5,000
give or
tons
take,
of gold are there in the ground and like this. It's a very secure
I think
thing.
we all want to see it.
I'd love to see it.
Like, this is your gold, by the way. It's the public's gold.
Do you think it's not there?
I don't know. But I think
You just want to see it.
Yeah, we want to go see it and just make sure, like, somebody did spray paint some lead or something,
Yeah.
Like, is this real gold? Fight at the bar,
Didn't dent.
But I think, honestly, part of this also is just like, let's have some fun and like I said, all this gold at Fort Knox, it's the public's gold. It's your gold. So, like, I think you have, like, a right to see it.
You want to take a tour?
Yeah, I think we should have a tour. And then the president last night was like, I think he's in favor of it. That would be cool. And then it should be like a live tour. Like, you can see what's going on, open the door, like, what's behind it.
Well, and there's...
I think I'd watch that.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah.
I mean, what does 5,000 tons of gold look
totally.
like?
What does
How
it
big
look
is
like?
that? Is it the size of this?
It's got to be pretty
stage?
big,
I mean, It's got to be a lot of
Maybe
gold.
there's some other stuff in there, like just walk around, like, I don't know, maybe they got some other stuff in there.
Are you thinking about auditing the Federal Reserve as well, which is obviously
Yeah, sure.
Regulatory economy?
So there you have it. Elon speaking on auditing Fort Knox, wanting to go in there and show the American people the gold that they tell us is in there, right? But why does it seem like they all have this devilish chuckle when they say that, is there anything actually in there? Is there, we need to confirm what they've been telling us is in this building. And also, it makes you wonder, why was no gold ever taken out? Or why was no more gold ever put in? Why has it just been this flat number of gold bars or amount of gold that's supposed to be in this building, right? This building that no one visits, no one ever tried to break into, rob, anything, right? Now, when I first heard about this, the first thing that popped into my mind, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, is when Khaleesi went to the great city of Koth, right? And she met the big black man, Darren Duck Sauce, right? And he was supposed to be the richest man in Koth and all this stuff, right? And he could give her the world with what's behind his safe, that the key he wore on his neck and all that good stuff, right? So, long story short, when things hit the fan and Khaleesi and the squad was ransacking the city after they tried to take her dragons and everything, and she found Daron Duck Sauce and one of her trusted, trusted servants or whatever, in bed together. They took him and her to the safe to bust it open, and I believe the motion that she was going to go was, if there was gold in there, she was just going to rob them all the gold and then just, I don't necessarily know if she was going to kill them right then and there or just let them live with the fact that we robbed you of everything and, we took over the city, whatever, right? But when they opened it and it was completely empty, and that this man has been living on this facade of him actually being rich when he actually has nothing, right? She learned an important lesson, not to just be told anything or just be led astray by what people say, right? And that is the image that pops in my head when I always heard of Fort Knox. Like, how do we know that it's actually gold in Fort Knox? How do we know that this isn't just some elaborate government scheme to get credit or borrow against something that's not even, something that's believed to be in an empty building? So if I made this big elaborate building and I put all these guards around it and I put all this barbed wire fence and all this expensive, surveillance equipment, and then I start going telling everybody, yeah, it's $1 trillion worth of gold in there. And, and years and myths and conversations of whatever about the $1 trillion of gold that's in this heavily guarded building. But the whole time I know I've created this illusion and this building is completely empty. But just the thought of them thinking that it's $1 trillion in gold in there, I'm able to get credit, get resources, get things to take gambles off the belief that I got $1 trillion in gold to cover whatever gets lost, right? So it's going to be a spectacle. It's going to be an event to bust open those doors and take a full tour and full audit of what exactly is in Fort Knox or what exactly is not. And if there isn't anything in there, what happened to it? There was a time that they showed us something was in there. They showed us some gold bars. They showed us a room full of gold. I remember, I was the kid. I remember them busting open the door a little bit, showing the gold bars, but no one actually getting the full experience and tour of Fort Knox, right? So it's going to be interesting to see. And it's like, why has it taken so long for someone like a president or an oversight, bipartisan, organization or institution? Why hasn't anyone wanted to go in there? Why has that just been a thing that you don't speak about? Fort Knox, don't speak about. Don't bring that up. And now it's a hot topic because if you can hear in a lot of Trump's speeches, he speaks about being in the golden age. We are in the age of Aquarius, heightened consciousness, heightened this. And all of us have felt like he's going to put America back on the gold standard. He's going to get rid of this fiat currency that the Federal Reserve has just been printing money out of thin air that's not backed by anything. So in order to go on the gold standard, you have to know where's the gold, so you can make the currency off the available gold that you possess, right? And I think these are steps towards that. I think the auditing of all these institutions and finding the waste and finding the who's stealing the money, the money's coming through the front door and out the back door and no one knows and you're still thinking it's in the house and all that good stuff. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe that there's gold in there? Do you believe the amount of gold that they say is in there, if any gold is in there, right? Are you looking for the Federal Reserve to be the next one audited? What other organizations tied to the government or government functions need to be audited next? IRS. So let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Get involved, get engaged. Let's talk about it. Let's start unveiling this bullcrap so it doesn't affect our kids when they get our age, the age of 35, 40 plus, when we are the decision makers of this country, where their future depends on the decisions we make now or don't make. So let's start cleaning this stuff up. It's your boy Homebone, and this is the Hold Up Show. Get with me. I'm out. Peace.